Welcome back. My new book, Know the Enemy: Preventing Weight Gain, Diabetes, and Disease, will soon be released. One of the things I talk about a lot in the book is cooking at home. So last night I had a party and I had my friends come over and I taught them how to make Italian gnocchi. When you make Italian gnocchi at home, you are making a very pure meal. It doesn't have a lot of chemicals and additives in it. However, last night I learned some of the reasons why you might have trouble making Italian gnocchi at home by watching my friends. So now I am going to give you some great tips so that when you make your Italian gnocchi at home, you will be really successful. As you can see, my friends worked very hard last night, making sure they removed all the skins and brown spots from the potatoes. My first tip is you want to make sure that your potatoes boil until they're very soft. So you can stick a knife in and check them, and when they're very, very soft, then they're ready to be taken out, run under cold water, and then peeled very gently because we boil them with the skins on to preserve moisture and flavor. My friends had a great time mashing the potatoes after they got the skins off. And this is called a stainless steel masher, and it has small holes in it, and we found that this is the best to get the lumps out. One of the biggest mistakes is if you leave lumps in the potatoes, then your gnocchi are lumpy. Not all gnocchi recipes include egg. My mother's recipe did. It includes 2 egg yolks, which requires you to learn how to separate an egg. We had a little trouble last night at the party because not everybody knew how to separate an egg. So I'm going to demonstrate for you how to do it. Once your dough is fully mashed, you'll want to set it aside, put a little flour on your board so that the dough doesn't stick to your board, and take maybe 1/4 of the dough and put it on the flour. Put a little more flour on top. Now, last night we had a lot of friends that were eager to make the snake. So they hurry up and made a snake, but the dough wasn't quite ready yet. You still have to knead it a little bit when it's on the board. And you can just flip it over and knead it with your fingers until it doesn't feel moist anymore. This is an important part to pinch down the dough so that you get all the air out and you'll get a nice smooth snake. You can do the little pinky tuck where you tuck your ends in because you want your ends to be nice and rounded. So you roll and you tuck and you roll and you tuck until you get a nice even gnocchi snake. So if your snake gets a little too long for your board, which sometimes happens, you can cut it, set this one aside, and then you're ready to cut your gnocchi from the first snake. And you want to cut them about 1 inch apart. And you like them to be all about the same size so that you can place them nicely on your tray. You want to have a little tray ready, and you can put some flour in the tray so that the gnocchi do not stick. You can either eat them right away or you can freeze them. This is called a gnocchi board, and what you do is just roll your gnocchi down on the board so that they get little grooves. The little grooves actually help hold the sauce for extra flavor. And if you don't want to buy a gnocchi board and you don't want to take the time to put the grooves in them, you can put a little fingertip in it. Once you have them all cut, then you'll want to line them up in your pan. Whether you're freezing them or not, you need somewhere to put them. And you just make them nice and neat. We had a lot of friends last night that kind of just threw them in the pan, and then they ran out of space. So you'll want to line them up nice and neat like little soldiers. If you are cooking the gnocchi right away, you'll want to drop a few at a time into a large pot of non-rapid boiling water. Cook them on medium until they rise to the top and let them float for a couple minutes. Then remove the gnocchi with a spider strainer and place into a casserole dish with Grandma's spaghetti sauce with beef stew. We'll be posting that recipe as well on my website. You can easily make 10 to 12 dozen gnocchi in an hour and freeze them for some healthy meals later in the week or later in the month. Join my email to be notified when my new book will be released. And thank you so much for watching.